Let's just say this out loud. Nutrition in midlife is confusing as hell. 1 minute, carbs are the enemy. The next minute, carbs are essential. Then it's fasting, then it's keto, then it's just listen to your body, except no one actually explains how to do that. And somehow, with all of this information, you're still tired, still bloated, and still wondering why what worked in your 30s suddenly doesn't. If you've ever thought, I eat pretty well, so why do I feel like this? Let me begin with telling you this. You are not broken. Your body has just changed, and your hormones have shifted, and the old rules just don't apply anymore. Today, we're going to cut through the noise. No food fear, no diet culture guilt, no extreme rules. Just the truth about how to fuel your midlife body so it actually supports your energy, strength, and sanity. All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the Love Your Naked Ass podcast, the Midlife Rebellion edition. I'm your host, Kimberly Riggins, health and life coach, holistic nutritionist, and your go-to bullshit detector for all things midlife. If you've ever rolled your eyes at the phrase aging gracefully, you're my kind of rebel. Because midlife isn't about slowing down. It's about showing up, speaking up, and maybe flipping a few tables along the way. So grab your coffee or your cocktail. I'm not here to judge. It's time we raise some hell, laugh a little, and love our naked asses again. Let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of Love Your Naked Ass podcast, the Midlife Rebellion edition. Today, we're talking nutrition, not weight loss tricks, not whatever diet the internet's obsessed with this week. We're talking about how to fuel your body in midlife so you can feel strong, clear-headed, and supported instead of frustrated and depleted. Here's my confession. I have a master's degree in nutrition. I have various certifications. I know the science. And still, around the age of 45, I started second-guessing myself. Yep, I absolutely did. I found myself flirting with trends I knew weren't sustainable. Keto, carb cycling, juicing, yes, even that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that a green juice here or there is a bad thing. I just don't believe that it is something sustainable over a long period of time. I kept thinking, maybe there's something new I missed. Maybe this is what works now. And every time I tried to force my body into the latest plan, it pushed back harder. I was tired, I was cranky, and I was hangry. And honestly, my hormones were basically waving a giant red flag saying, enough already. And that's when it clicked. My body wasn't failing me. I was fighting it. Midlife didn't require a new diet. It actually just required a new relationship with food. So here's the truth no one is selling because it's not sexy. Your body needs real food. Let me say that again. Your body needs real food. Not restriction, not punishment, not rules you can't live with. In midlife, nutrition is about supporting your body, not controlling it. So let's talk about the foundations. Let's start with protein because this is non-negotiable. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass. Less muscle mass means a slower metabolism, weaker bones, and unfortunately, lower energy. Protein helps you to preserve muscle, to stabilize your blood sugar, and to feel satisfied instead of snacky. So here's what you want to do. You want to aim for protein at every meal. This can look like meat, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, lentils, beans. It matters more now than it ever did before. And the beautiful thing about this is you get to choose the protein. The next foundational element is fiber. Fiber is literally your gut's best friend. It supports digestion, blood sugar balance, cholesterol, and hormone health. And it helps you feel full without obsessing. So think fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, fancy word for beans. Simple, not trendy. Then we have healthy fats. Fat, my friend, is not the enemy. Starving your body of fat is one of the fastest ways to mess up your hormones. Healthy fats support hormone production, brain health, joint health, skin health. So think avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds, fatty fish. These are essentials, not extras. All right, let's talk about carbs because they are not the enemy here, and it's time we clear this up. Carbs are not the enemy. Midlife women have been told for years that bread is bad, fruit has too much sugar, and rice will make you fat. That messaging has done more damage than anything else I've seen out there. Your midlife body actually needs carbohydrates, especially if it wants energy, hormone balance, better workouts, and a nervous system that isn't constantly stressed. Carbs fuels your muscles. They support your thyroid, and they help regulate cortisol. So when women slash carbs in midlife, I see the same pattern every single time. Your energy tanks, your sleep gets worse, your workouts feel almost impossible, and your cravings go through the roof. That's not a lack of discipline, ladies. That's biology. Whole food carbs like fruit, potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, oats, beans, and other whole grains work with your body, not against it. And if you're strength training, like you should be, walking regularly, or just trying to get through your day without feeling wiped out, guess what? Carbs belong on your plate. The goal isn't low carb. The goal is well-fueled. So why do you think fad diets backfire in midlife? Here's why diets stop working after 40. They rely on restriction, and restriction stresses your body. Stress raises cortisol, and cortisol messes with your hormones. And suddenly your body is holding on to weight instead of releasing it. That's why so many women say, well, I eat less than I used to, but I weigh more. Again, it's not willpower, it's physiology. Your midlife body doesn't respond to punishment. It responds to consistency, nourishment, and safety. So let's talk about what I'd like you to try on this week. I'd like you to do a 1-week reset. Okay, it's not as hard as it sounds. So for 1 week, I want you to literally stop trying to eat perfectly. Instead, just pay attention. And I want you to notice a couple of things. How do you feel after your meals? What do your energy levels look like? Listen to your hunger cues. And how's your mood? I want you to focus on, obviously, the foundations. Protein in every meal, fiber from plants, healthy fats daily, and let's not forget those carbs. Carbs from real food, not fear. And of course, I want you to eat enough, not less. Don't calorie track. No more food rules. Listen, relief is information. I'm asking you to take 1 week and just pay attention. All right, here's what I want you to remember. Nutrition in midlife isn't about shrinking your body, it's about supporting it. It's not about chasing the next plan, it's about trusting yourself again. Your body isn't the problem, and it never was. The noise is. Feed yourself like someone you care about. All right, next week, we're taking everything we talked about today and we're putting it into action. Because fueling your body is only half the equation. The other half is teaching it to be strong. So the next episode, we're going to talk about beginner strength training for women over 40. I've had quite a few ladies reach out to me and ask me, I don't have the kind of time that I see other women taking with their weight training workouts. Or I've heard, I haven't weight trained before, and now someone is telling me to do a 5-day split. I don't even know what that is. So I decided to talk about the 5 moves that every woman must master. Just 5. So we're going to break down these 5 foundational movement patterns that everyone needs to know. These will build confidence, they help reduce pain, and they will support your midlife body long term. So this episode is perfect if you're brand new to strength training, getting back into it, or just want to feel less intimidated and more capable in your body. And if you want extra support, a couple episodes ago, I created a midlife strength beginner guide to help you get started safely, confidently, and without overwhelm. So you can definitely download that for free. You do not need more. You just need to start with the right basics. I hope to see you there. I'll talk to you next week. And that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Love Your Naked Ass podcast, the Midlife Rebellion edition. If you're loving the show, be sure to smash that subscribe button, drop a rating, or leave a review. Because we're not here to tweak the old narrative. We're here to torch it, rewrite it, and make damn sure every woman knows midlife is her prime. Don't forget to join me on Substack at Rebel Midlife, where we get raw, real, and a little rebellious about what it means to thrive in this chapter. I'm Kimberly Riggins, signing off with this reminder: midlife isn't a crisis, it's your comeback story. Catch you next time, Rebel.